So, do I start crying now, or do we build up to that?
Why don't you just tell me how you're doing?
How I'm doing?
With life on the ship.
Well, it sucks. I hate it.
Okay, how about your hydroponics lab? Any luck there?
Seeds won't sprout, which really sucks because I would have liked to have started to grow some food. I'm not really much of a fruit and vegetable guy, but anything would be better than the crap that you've been serving us. And there's not enough water, and the beds are rock hard. And don't let me forget to mention that I was shot by one of your people.
So you're doing fine then.
Okay, so we're here to talk about Mr. Franklin, Jeremy Franklin on the Destiny. Now this is, well, kind of a tragic story. Or is it? So as we saw, Franklin's not happy being on the ship at all. So it really starts taking a downward turn when he tries him, Palmer, and Curtis on the desert planet when they try to dial a different gate. Palmer and Curtis went through, but Greer shoots Franklin. So a little side note, whatever happened to Palmer and Curtis? Greer mentioned something like, we'll send them another remote. They never show that happen on camera, but let's say, what if they did send them a remote? And they're traveling through that galaxy somewhere. So, that would be interesting. And you never know. They could have shown up later. They could have got captured by the aliens, or there could have been a seed ship, or anything's possible. Anyways, Mr. Franklin. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll see where it goes from there. This is him on the desert planet.
Yeah. Another negative over here. I'll radio Scott and tell him we're moving on.
That's not what's going down.
It's not?
No. There are 4 other viable addresses in this thing. I think I found an override that allows us to dial from here.
Yeah, but...
Look around. This planet is a dead zone.
But...
We should have been trying to dial these other planets from the start.
Rush said...
We don't care what Rush said.
We don't trust him.
Rush doesn't want us all to die.
That doesn't mean we trust him to make the right decisions.
You too? What about the lake bed?
It could be hundreds of miles from here. We could be blowing our only chance at finding a decent place to evac.
Maybe the ship did bring us here because there's lime on this planet. For all we know, the ancients had a way of locating it that we don't.
For that matter, I'm sure they could have stopped the ship for longer than 12 hours to find it and recover it with the proper tools.
The fact is, the ancients wouldn't have let the life support system get that screwed up in the first place. Rush is set on fixing the ship. He's deaf to any other logic. We need to find a planet we can survive on. This might be our last chance.
It's worth a shot to me.
Let's do it.
Wait! Stop!
Look, it's not perfect, but it's better than here. Vegetation, water, air. It's not too late for you to come with us.
Don't go.
We'll dial back when we know it's safe to evacuate everyone.
You'll never get back home.
You don't know that. Maybe there's a way we can use the gate system to connect the dots.
There has to be a reason. The ship locked out those presses. Don't. Please.
Shoot him.
Why'd you do that?
He told me to.
I saved his life.
By shooting him?
He'll live.
You just stranded Curtis and Palmer.
We'll send him another remote. I wasn't taking any chances.
Where's Scott?
Still looking for limestone.
It's almost halftime. We only have 6 hours till the ship leaves.
Lieutenant, this is Greer. Come in.
I hope he's turned back by now.
Lieutenant! Come in.
Okay, so as we saw, Franklin decides to dial this other planet from the desert planet, where Palmer and Curtis get stranded. So it's kind of Franklin's fault that they got stranded there. But again, as I mentioned, it'd be kind of cool idea if they ended up sending them a remote and somehow down the line they could have came back somehow. That would be interesting. And of course, Greer shoots Mr. Franklin. So he's already has a tough start. So when you see him again a little bit, kind of you see him starting to walk again with the sling, when Destiny first goes into the star, when they first find out how Destiny's powered. So let's take a look at that. That's Light is probably one of the best episodes in my personal opinion. And this is one of the greatest scenes. So, and we get to see Franklin again, briefly. So let's take a look at that.
Yes!
What are we so happy about?
We're gonna live, Eli.
What about the turbulence and the heat and the death?
No, all of that would have happened by now. The shield is protecting us.
But you said we were out of power.
I was absolutely certain of that. And I've never been more pleased to be wrong in all my life.
The lights just came back on in my room. What's going on?
Stand by.
Colonel.
Okay, so we see a great scene from Destiny recharging when they all think they're gonna die, and poor Franklin, he's asking Colonel Young what's going on. Stand by, so he gets ignored again. But granted, Colonel Young didn't know what was happening at that moment either, so it's fair. But where Franklin's story really gets interesting is, and a very interesting, mysterious topic from Universe, is the ancient chair. Dr. Rush said it's a precursor, an older version of the device, the ancient repository device that downloaded the ancients' knowledge into Colonel O'Neill on SG-1. Twice, not once, twice. The second time, I think he did it voluntarily. But so it's a precursor to that, but it also looks like it's connected to the ancient chair in Antarctica and the one on Atlantis, because they have similar attributes in that. So it seems like it was a prototype that branched out into either of these two technologies. And this is where it connects with Mr. Franklin. So Mr. Franklin is having a tough time. He's trying to plant seeds in the hydroponic bay. They won't plant. Eventually they start growing, but they won't take for a while. And he's really bummed out on that. And then Sergeant Spencer is bullying and harassing him, calling him all kinds of messed up names. So yeah, has a really hard time on Destiny. Oh, and it gets worse. So Spencer was been bullying him, and then Spencer commits suicide, and who's the first one that gets blamed for it? They blame Franklin right away. So the guy's bullying him, the guy gets killed, and he gets blamed for it. And so he's really having a tough time, this poor guy. But so he just says, screw it, I'm sitting in the chair. So let's go ahead and take a look at the finding of the chair and the mystery of the ancient chair in general.
Catastrophic failure every time. Horrible death, fire and brimstone, dogs and cats living together.
I get it. Keep at it. I want to make sure. Lieutenant, you're next up to use the stones to visit Earth.
It's all right, sir. I can wait.
You've been waiting. Take your turn. Ray will be going too.
All right. All right, thanks.
Go ahead.
The hell is this? Hey, looks like we found the dentist's office. Whoa!
Don't touch anything. Leave it. I'm on my way.
Okay, so they find the chair, and it looks, Greer calls it the dentist office, but just the whole concept of that chair is extremely fascinating. It has these two prongs that came out and goes just like that. And so let's see what happens with Franklin when he makes that fateful decision that might doom him and doom the ship, or does it?
Still here?
Yeah, I got stuck with the late shift.
Is it coming?
It's not. We've run every ancient systems diagnostic. We've got nothing. Rush is trying to write a new program, but it seems like this thing is designed to prevent any kind of access except through the chair itself.
Which would prevent an alien species who doesn't happen to share ancient physiology from trying to hack in, I guess.
Maybe Rush is right. Maybe we're close enough for it to work.
Believe me, if Rush thought it was safe, he'd be sitting there right now.
Yeah. Maybe.
Should get some rest.
Nah. Rush is due to relieve me at 2300. If I wasn't here, I'd never hear the end of it. Maybe you could go to the mess and get me some of Becker's alien mashed potatoes.
Really?
I'm starving.
Okay. You got it.
This is Eli. Anybody on this channel? I need help.
Eli, this is Young. What is it?
I have a medical emergency. I need help now.
What's going on?
I don't know yet.
Hang on.
What happened? How long's he been in here?
I went to the mess for 5 minutes, and when I got back, he was already in the chair.
All right, so This is pretty terrifying, him sitting in that chair. It's just tense. It's a very stressful moment. But as you could see what I was saying, the chair kind of looks more like the chair on the Antarctica outpost and the one on Atlantis, more than it looks like that device that downloaded the ancient's memory into General O'Neill, Colonel O'Neill at the time. So that's kind of the two technologies are a little blurred there, as I mentioned before, but whoa, that's scary. So what happens to him? He goes into a coma for several episodes, and then I think it's the episode Sabotage, what I is where the aliens, the Nakai, the name I had to look up, they they used Lieutenant James to take control of her to sabotage the ship. And at that time, Franklin awakes out of his coma. He's still in like some type of vegetable catatonic state. But let's see what happens with that and what interesting turn this story is going to take.
While repairs to the ship are still days from being complete, despite our best efforts, we believe an attack will happen at any moment. Shields will not withstand a sustained bombardment. And this time, we will not be able to jump to FTL. Neither can we escape through the Stargate. Lieutenant Scott will be in charge of our ship's defenses. Follow his orders as you would mine. If boarded, Sergeant Greer will coordinate the strike teams. But everyone will have to join in our defense. We'll give them a good fight.
This is all my fault. I panicked.
The chair.
Dr. Franklin just spoke. Something about the chair.
What about it?
That's it, that's all he said. But I think he knows what's going on, and I think he was trying to say that it should be
You
him.
can't possibly know that.
Well, no, sir, but I really think that...
We're under attack. I'm gonna do this.
Oh, wait a minute, she might be right.
I can't ask a man to sacrifice his life, Rush.
Franklin's already been through the process. His brain will have the time to heal.
We don't have time
Which
for
is
this.
exactly why it should be him and not you. At least give him the choice.
Concentrate your fire on the smaller ships. They're gonna try and board us.
Go back to your team.
Yes, sir.
This is dropping fast.
Any idea why?
I don't know, this is something new.
Go.
Wow. So he's gone. He disappeared. The room froze and unfroze, and he was gone. So what's happening here? Well, we find out later in season 2 that after everything on these videos are spoilers, by the way, after Gin is killed and she's connected with the stones to Dr. Amanda Perry, both of their consciousnesses are lost in subspace or something like that until they were able to download their consciousnesses onto Destiny's computer. So they're both part of Destiny. And they can both interact with the crew of Destiny on occasion under some circumstances. So where did Dr. Rush get that idea? I'm pretty sure because he finds out earlier on that that's what happened to Franklin. His consciousness is uploaded into Destiny and he communicates with Dr. Rush on occasion. A couple of mysteries here I can't quite figure out. Dr. Perry died on Earth, so her body was on Earth. Gin's body was on Destiny and they buried her or something like that. Franklin's body was never found, it just disappeared. And the frozen thing makes me think cryogenic, kind of like the stasis pods they later find. So wonder if his body's still frozen somewhere on the ship and it could be reawakened or something at some time. Doesn't that be interesting if Dr. Franklin came back and then his body's in stasis and comes back and he's like this wise master with the knowledge of the ancients and that would be cool. The other thing I didn't get was another mystery. The Destiny can use people's memories to mess with them. For example, Rush was also communicating with his it was Destiny, but it was in the image of his late wife. But she was never in contact with Destiny or the communication stones or anything of that sort, as far as we're aware. Maybe there's something there in the past, some flashback they could have done. But those are a bunch of interesting mysteries about this. But let's see what else. The Destiny also plays with people's minds, whether it's true or not. It puts TJ, that gives her the whole simulation when she's back on the planet with Dr. Kane and her baby's alive. The only thing that was weird is that formation in the stars was the same one she sees later. So either Destiny picked that up on sensors and put it through the simulation of TJ's mind, or it was those aliens that rescued and cloned the shuttle and that crew later on actually intervened in some way. And what TJ experienced was real. Now that would be a trip. But Destiny does have that way to mess with the crew. So it puts Colonel Young through battle simulations to test whether he is capable of being a leader. So we're going to look at that here. But before I end this, I'll leave you with that part of a clip. Before I end, you can follow me on X and YouTube. It's More Undomial. And for Mr. Franklin, it was a tragic story, but he's still around. It could have a heroic ending somehow. And actually, it does partially on the sabotage episode when he gets in that chair. Before he disappears, he fixes the FTL drive so Destiny could make it across the gap between the two galaxies. So he actually did save the Destiny. So Franklin is a hero of Destiny. One of the many heroes on there. So I like the way that ends. It started off rough for him, but he ultimately did save the ship and the crew, and it's not over for him. He's still lingering on Destiny in one way or another, maybe more ways than another. So I will leave you with a final thought here, and thank you for watching.
Congratulations.
Don't feel much like talking right now.
You managed to bypass the simulation and get the ship going.
Well, what choice did I have? Lieutenant Scott wasn't going to step up. I couldn't leave us just sitting there.
But you haven't solved the problem. And yet you're pressing ahead. Isn't that a little dangerous?
Destiny was evaluating Colonel Young's ability to command the crew, but ultimately, I control this ship.
And the aliens.
They were never a threat. If Chloe had managed to send the signal, telling them our position, it would have logged on that screen right there.
Maybe. But just because one threat is behind you doesn't mean there isn't another ahead.